This week on Nerds Who Get Laid Sometimes, the nerds discuss unlikely directors that they'd like to see on different franchises. They give a quick nerd gift-buying guide for Christmas. They talk Jurassic Park, Ready Player One, Jessica Jones, X-Men, Star Trek, Spider-Man, and so much more. This week on Nerds Who Get Laid Sometimes.
Nerds who get laid. 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 Nerds who get laid.
Welcome to another exciting, fantastic, amazing, stupendous episode of Nerds Who Get Laid Sometimes. Hey guys, we're coming to you a little late.
Yeah.
Yeah, which
Day late.
Yeah, day
$1
late.
short.
Fucking A, man. $1 short, $800 short.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Save it for the nerd on.
Exactly. So let me see. We
I
got
can feel your nerd on from here.
You're just feeling
see.
his leg.
We got Chuck here.
Hey.
We got TJ.
Hello.
We got Ray.
Hey!
And we have Nathan, our former host.
Hi, how's it going? Dude's a fucking quitter.
No, I'm really here. As I was here for most of the last podcast, I don't know how many people finished it, but Mike did a stupendous job impersonating me. I kept forgetting when I was really there because everything sounded like
you could
what I'd
suspend
say.
your own disbelief.
Yeah, I was like, man, it's like he's just reading my diary.
Yeah, you're reading your diarrhea. So, yeah, we're here. I'm here, too. My name's Mike.
Yep.
We're Nerds Who Get Laid, and we are having a pretty good week.
Yeah.
Everybody?
Just started. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Got
Solid.
a case of the Mondays, and you know what? It's not bad.
Ain't no bad today.
No,
my
it's
day was
pretty
long.
chill.
Had to deal with no heat, and then also the termite guy, and I had to pick up
Oh,
my
shit.
kids sick from school. So
Oh, wow.
it was not a good last day of vacation.
Yeah, normally I sit on my back porch and read, and it was just, there's no sunlight back there, so it's just freezing the whole time. So on Sunday, I just sat in the sun like a turtle and basked, and it was quite nice. But other than that, it's North Florida, guys. It was fucking cold.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know about you Northerners, but we had it pretty rough.
Yeah.
It dipped down to the 20s, didn't it?
I had to,
Yeah,
It's
multiple
dipping it
times.
down again
Yeah.
tonight.
I had
shit.
to put a jacket on
Yeah.
and keep it on for most of the day.
I had to
It
wear a
was rough.
thick sweater, a t-shirt, and another, thick shirt over it.
I had to wear pants.
Pants, yeah.
I started getting sick.
I still wore flip-flops
Same here.
Did not.
around the house. I was outside, and I was like, you're not going to make me not wear flip-flops.
Yeah.
No, I've been full sweatsuiting it up in the house. My house, as we've talked about before, is from 100 years ago, and Nathan said his heater quit working, mine quit working as well. So this morning when we woke up, it was 48 degrees inside the house.
Ooh.
So
All right, it's colder where I keep it.
Yeah, I
It's
do have to
cuddling
say, the entire issue was the fucking nest.
are you serious?
It was the nest. I don't know what the nest kept trying to say. It was 80 degrees in my house. I was like, fucking not 80 degrees. It's, it was like.
So what'd you have to do? Reboot it or something?
No, I had to put
Turn
on.
up to 100 degrees.
No, I had to put on my old fucking thermostat.
Oh,
man.
shit.
And even after that, it was still acting up. Luckily, a buddy of mine that I grew up with, I put a call to help, on Facebook, and a lot of people were suggesting people. And everyone's like 3 or 4 days back, and I was like, I can't go 3 days with it being this cold.
Yeah.
And then my buddy,
In 3 days, it's going to be warm again.
yeah, exactly. By then, I don't need this.
No.
And
No.
my buddy, he's like, hey, I do AC for a living. I was like, I did not.
But now I do.
Daniel?
Yeah, Daniel Bungard, and he rode over and fixed my shit, man. And
He's getting a Christmas gift this year.
No, I just paid him more than they asked. I'm done. I don't owe people. There's no favors. I'll give you cash.
Nathan has never given me cash.
Well,
But yeah, normally I don't. The cold doesn't bother me, but I changed my
Also-
appearance up, and it's fucking cold out now.
Well, you do operate in a actually, me and Ray were talking today that we heard that you actually got your apartment replaced with a freezer, and the apartment complex is giving you discounts on your rent for letting them store meat and other perishables in the fridge.
They just replaced his apartment with a walk-in freezer like at Roadhouse, so he can just be at home when he's at home.
Normally I don't bitch about it, but it's been cold. My neck is cold.
It's just it's that like wet cold that just kind of gets to your bones pretty quick, and it just sticks with you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because the actual temperature isn't as bad as some of the you people up north, but the humidity and everything just makes it such a violent cold.
Imagine being cold and sweaty.
Yeah,
it's the fucking worst.
Seeps into your clothes and it doesn't evaporate then, and then it just gets colder. It didn't
help the 2 days we had the rain on and off all day either. Didn't help either.
Yes, I've been walking, and it's like walking in 29-degree weather and just sweating. It's the worst.
No, as I always say to people that are from up north, like, I mean, obviously we don't have -0 and shit like that, but
we're not like buried in snow.
Any northerner that's ever came to Florida, though, northern Florida, you always remember that we're not beautiful beaches and palm trees. This is swamp and just mosquitoes,
sitting water,
pine trees.
People like Chuck everywhere. But I've yet to meet anybody from this north that came over and like, oh, this isn't cold when it's good, because they're like, fuck, I thought Florida was warm. This is cold as shit.
Yeah, no, we're we are the part of the Bible Belt that touches the dick.
Yeah,
that's Florida.
We're like base camp of the cock.
Base cock camp.
But northerners beware.
Yeah, I slept with my window open last night, so that was nice. Just slept under the covers.
Just making your parents like crank up the heat. You're like, fuck the electric bill.
No, I just closed the door.
Let the cold air in.
No, I just closed the door. And then, let them deal with it.
Yeah.
Because they've been like cranking like 75, 76 years. It's just so hot. And I can't take it.
I can't breathe in that.
Well, anyways, enough about thermostat wars in the
Chuck's like
house.
Mr. Freeze over here. I can't breathe in 75-degree weather.
I can't. It's stuffy. I'm like, I can't deal with that.
Walks around with the snow globe all the time.
Yeah, that's why 90% of the weather here is in the upper 90s.
Yes.
But remember, Chuck
where I
lives in a freezer. It's because he's actually court ordered to be there because the cold weather castrates him from going out.
There's actually some science behind it, because as you know, hot air is excited molecules, so it's not as dense with oxygen molecules.
Oh man, I'm so excited!
So
gonna get breathed tonight.
So less oxygen's going in.
Who's sucking me into the lungs?
What?
Okay, let's go to our nerd.
Yeah.
Get your nerd on. 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 Get your nerd on.
Okay, guys, welcome to our Nerd On segment, where we talk about what we've been nerding on this week. We like to go in a clockwise fashion. So, Chuck, give me your Nerd On.
Not really done a lot this week. Pretty much just been watching The
TJ,
Office.
what's up?
I'm just saying, I've been watching The Office, burning through that again, and downloaded the beta for Monster Hunter World.
Is it the master version of the beta?
Huh?
He is the masturbator.
Okay, go on.
But just kind of interested in that, because I know they made several games before, but I've never played them, and I finally bought and started downloading today the expansion for Horizon Zero Dawn, the Frozen Lands.
Okay.
Oh, Nathan quit that game.
I did.
You did?
It was too hard.
Yeah, it was. I don't know if
Unlike his penis.
that's true. I just wasn't, as the game progressed, wasn't enjoying the interactions with the robot dinosaurs.
Or the animals?
The animals, yeah.
Yeah, because it gets harder.
Yeah, but I didn't find it fun. Just because stuff's hard doesn't make it fun. Like Mike's dick.
Did you try it? You have to explore
Just
the game.
because
I played for a while. I just, like I said,
good friend told me one time.
Were you able to override any of the animals?
Yeah.
Well, a good
You have
friend
to
told
use them.
Chuck, stop.
Why?
I'm trying to give you good advice. So a good friend told me one time, just because it's hard doesn't mean it's cool.
You know what my friend told me? A hard man is good to find.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyway,
Keep going.
Go on with your nerd on.
Don't be try not to be so boring this time.
I'm not. Also, just shit. What have I watched? Not a lot, really.
Your
I
neighbors
finished.
changing across the way?
Oh no! I finished the movie Guardians, the Russian
Took you a
superhero
whole
movie.
week?
No. I started it and then came to the podcast last week and then finished it that night. And one of y'all's gonna have to borrow it
How many shots of vodka would you give it?
to make it enjoyable.
Jalapeno vodka.
Yeah, jalapeno vodka.
To make it enjoyable.
Zero.
How
Rate it.
many-
To
You
make
got
it
it right.
enjoyable.
You gotta-
Rate
no,
it.
no, rate the
A
goddamn-
bottle.
A bottle.
A full bottle.
Full
That's
bottle.
a
That's
hell of a
good
movie.
movie.
God.
That's a good.
Is it a value
Especially
size
the
bottle, or is this
Yeah.
like the sample
Are you
that's
like-
behind the counter,
Are you
or
doing
what?
like ABC
Mini
like
fridge?
brand, or are you like Grey Goose bottle? Because that's a hell
Yeah,
of
it's a
a.
You
Grey
probably
Goose
need
vodka.
the Grey Goose bottle for it to be enjoyable.
Why do you keep ranking this movie up and up? Grey Goose. I don't think there's been a movie yet.
size
made.
bottle? It'll be
Jesus.
good once you finish that bottle. It will be.
It's a hell of a
I don't
movie if
think he
Chuck's like, oh, it wasn't good.
I don't think he understands the rating system.
Yeah, we
doesn't.
do it.
I'm reversing the system on that one.
We do a Blaze reverse
Who
system.
the hell do you think
where if
you
you
are?
hate it, we like it.
Yeah.
No, since Chuck hated it, I bet it's very, very good.
All right.
Okay, Chuck. Any other
That's-
disappointing nerd on news?
So, yeah, I'm waiting for Star Wars to come out this week.
Oh, is that coming out this week?
Yeah.
What day?
Thursday.
I have to stay away from the internet.
Why?
Because I've already started seeing stuff pop up, and I'm like, fuck, no, I'm not letting this spoil this. Even stuff I don't want to see. I've seen people talk about how, like, it was really good and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, I don't even want that right now.
Don't
It
tell
comes
me
on-
if it's
it
gonna-
comes on.
I want zero expectations.
I get to see this in like a few days. Stop. So,
Yeah.
Look and listen.
Yeah.
Okay,
But,
Mr.
yeah, I'm
TJ. Let's see if we can bring up some of the excitement from Chuck.
Finished the
it's all on
Punisher.
your shoulders,
Yeah.
TJ.
I felt like it's probably the second best Netflix Marvel show that they've done. It's phenomenal.
I keep telling Allison because she's like, Punisher, I don't care about him. And I'm sort of the same way. I don't love
Such
that. That was a good
Allison
Allison, right?
Yeah.
That was pretty dead on.
Spot on.
Yeah.
But I thought he's good in Daredevil 2. Let's keep him as a background character. He doesn't need a full show. But damn,
Yeah,
full
that was a
show
good show.
was great.
And I thought with the 13 episodes, it'd fall into that trap of having like a second villain
Yeah.
and all this and two storylines going. No, I mean the pacing was perfect through the whole series.
yeah. I'm hoping that this means that everything's grabbing their footing and they finally got this formula figured out for stuff.
Yeah.
And yeah, because the other ones were good. They had their really good parts, but like you said, 13 episodes were just too much for some of them.
Yeah. And the characters all had good motivations for what
Yeah.
they were doing. It told a different type of story than you normally see in comics with the things that veterans go through when they come back.
The villains didn't have to be super strong like they were in Daredevil and
No.
Jessica Jones either, and it was still just as good. And the villain was good. I enjoyed the villain,
Yeah.
but he was nowhere near Kilgrave and Kingpin.
No.
Or the
it's just a
Hand.
different level.
Yeah.
Yep. So I really enjoyed it, and
Yeah.
it was perfect for what it was. So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then my other thing is on episode 8, Blackout. I'm just trying to avoid as much as I can on it.
It's gonna be hard.
I haven't seen a lot for it.
The only real thing I've seen on it is somebody said that reviews are starting to come in, and it's like the worst Star Wars movie ever. I'm like, that's fucking hipster bullshit.
Yeah, I'm sure.
There's
Oh, really?
no way.
'Cause I've
There's
only
no
saw
way it
one
could be worse than
article.
episode 1.
I saw one article and I was trying to ignore it, but like it was, I saw a couple quick Twitter shots and it was like best ever. Like
I think it's going to be one
I'm
of those
wondering.
that, well, and the last one, or not the last one, but episode 7 was kind of like that. You had people that hated the fuck out of that movie, and then other people that loved it. I think pretty much all of us universally
Yeah.
thought it was a great movie. So
was
I'm
phenomenal.
just,
I feel
But people are saying it's horrible, but yet didn't Disney give this guy the keys to the next trilogy?
that's
Yeah.
the way
Rian
I look at
Johnson.
it. But also too, on episode 7, everybody thought it was great when it first came out, and then you had, oh well, this is why it's bad.
Yeah.
Because everybody liked it, so
Yeah.
they think, okay, I have to hate it because everybody likes it now.
yeah, that's definitely a thing that happens.
All right, that's my 2. I
Okay,
don't have
Mr.
very much to say.
Nathan.
well, let me just sit you guys down and tell me what I've been doing.
Oh, I forgot. Never mind. Keep going. Damn it.
So, I started XCOM 2 last week.
That was like 2 weeks ago.
This
Wait,
is
here
story.
about
This
2
is
weeks
really
ago.
story time,
Yeah.
guys.
This
For
is the
real.
first time we've heard from Nathan in a week, so
And
Yeah.
I was enjoying it, but I was getting my ass kicked like so bad. The whole time I was like, this isn't enjoyable. But I kept going because I just felt challenged. I was like, no, I'm not going to get my ass whooped by these alien fucks. Man,
Taking over my
people
planet.
like my guys kept fucking dying till like I had nothing but rookies. Like I couldn't level anybody up. I fucked up and I went to the supply spot and I traded out stuff for I sold all my intel. Essentially, what I did. And I really
That's not a good. I learned that lesson in the first one.
And I was I don't know. I was probably about 8 hours in, give or take. I might be. No, I was in for a while, and I was like, I'm just not enjoying it. I already went 30 days, or was right at the very end of 30 days, about to lose, and then I'd win a little one and get one knocked back, and I was just stressing the fuck out. So I rage quit. I was like, fuck this game. And then I don't know.
it's a normal cycle.
Yeah. And then like 15 minutes later, I was like, no, I'm not quitting. I'm just gonna restart. And I'm enjoying it a lot more this time.
So the game got harder, and you keep playing it.
No,
it's not the same.
no.
This
Yeah,
game's
it wasn't
hard
the
but
same.
enjoyable. Horizon Dawn was hard and boring.
Nathan, I know a good way for you to get yourself
XCOM
hyped
also
whenever
has a
you're playing it.
learning curve.
Yeah.
You
That's
get,
Horizon.
you get Bill Pullman's speech from Independence Day and play it right, and just watch it right before you go to play it.
Oh, see,
You'll just be ready to just kick all kinds of
I
ass.
took my TV and I put it on top of an old box TV, so I felt really white trashy. And I just play the old VHS of Independence Day on repeat as I play this game. And I just want to fucking fight them so bad. Anyway, but second time around, I'm enjoying. I'm actually getting a lot of flawless missions. Last time I'd get bad, like fair.
Yeah.
A lot of fairs, and like it was a lot like my sex life.
It's had better.
Yeah, you didn't suck, but it wasn't that great.
You didn't suck either.
But with that being said, yeah, XCOM. I'm almost mad I put off so long to ever play.
It's a game that you never think you'd like if you don't come from an RTS background. But then if you just sit down and play it, it's just so well put together.
It's easy to understand. The controls work. Like it has a tad bit of a learning curve. I'm real bad about just clicking through shit on.
No, you have to fucking
I'll
read
figure it out. And like
Nope.
I literally was like. I hit dismiss on someone. I was like, I want a different soldier, and then I was like, where'd the fuck you go?
It's down forever.
Yeah.
Bye.
So yeah, like that.
You're fired.
Yeah.
Hey man, come back! I was joking.
I just didn't want you this mission. It wasn't that you're out the fucking core. Like, I need you bad. Besides that, I've been watching a lot of stuff. I've really been watching a lot of prison docs, lockup state prison. I've become weirdly obsessed.
Planning your vacation.
yeah. I've had vacation and I've just spent it doing the dumbest shit. Like, it was but locked up state prison. I highly suggest it because every prisoner you meet, you get hopeful for that they're gonna really make it when they get free at the end of the episode, and then you get a little like paragraph bar arrested, and like 3 months later, and you're like, you idiot, you wanted out so bad.
And recidivism's built into the system, man.
Yeah, it is, man. I've been also researching, listening to some music, doing some recording, been jamming. Had a real good jam Friday night with some boys. Watching Hell on Wheels.
Liking it?
Yeah, I'm about 5 episodes. I'm on the 5th episode, so I've been watching slowly. I'll watch an episode and do a bunch of stuff, but I do like it. I enjoy it. I don't love it.
And that's where I was kind
It's
of
good.
like, I thought it was a decent show, but I stopped watching after the first season.
I hit play on Godless like today. I was going to watch it, and then everything went to hell. And I got like 10 minutes in, and I think that show's going to be good.
I still haven't started that yet. It's
Yeah.
on my list.
Which one's that one?
It's the Western that's on Netflix
One of
now.
the two that they put out this year.
Jeff Bridges.
Oh, okay.
But that first couple
So
minutes.
not the Bill Pullman one.
Yeah.
Okay.
I also started watching the Twilight Zone, the old black and white episodes.
Those
Yes.
are so good.
They're phenomenal, man. I don't think I've ever actually really watched them. Like besides,
No, they're really good.
the acting is just so good back then, man.
And it was also that era of black and white TV where it was almost just high definition, so they all look really good.
It's
All the episodes
crisp,
look crisp.
looks great. Like and like I said, I only watched a handful last night, but like everyone, the acting is just phenomenal. You're like this. I mean, it's that 50s. Oh my God, I gotta get out of here. There's a man on the wing. And
There's
like,
something on the way.
yeah,
Something.
get me out of here. And then I bought in the Litecoin earlier this week. Actually, last week. It's a cryptocurrency. Been really kind of watching like Bitcoin, but that's way too up there. And it has jumped up so much.
So much.
I wish I would have put more than $25 in. I almost put 100. I was like,
what did you buy into?
Litecoin.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I bought it. I just put $25 in to mess around with it because that one I've watched like the last year and it's been up and down, and then I literally put 25 and it's up almost 200%.
Oh wow!
It's up to like $220 a coin.
Nice.
I bought it at $96, and I'm like, I should have put a fucking $100 in. Like,
Yeah.
I'm kicking myself for that, and now I'm like, should I put more? If it keeps going, man, it might not be Bitcoin. Like,
Yeah.
Buy low, sell high, man.
yeah. And there's only so much I can stretch out of a $25 I put in there, but we'll see. If it's like Bitcoin, I'd have enough to buy a Hulkbuster. With that, that's been my nerd-ons this week.
Right on. Me and
Mr. Ray.
that's me. Me and Allison went and our
Divorced.
Allison and
That was very fast.
Allison and I, we had our Disney passes
Arrangement.
actually expired today. So this
Indecent
weekend we went
proposal.
down and did our last hurrah down at Disney for the year. Because next year we have a plan we're planning on going to Iceland on a trip. So we decided not to do the Disney stuff and save up for that and
Smart.
do something big. And then we're probably going to grab them again, hopefully before Star Wars World comes in 2019, I think is when they're expecting that.
I think that's when I'm getting mine. Is
Yeah.
actually when.
Yeah, so we went down there. We had a lot of good food. They had the holiday thing going on in Epcot, so we had some snacks and stuff around there. And we ate at Chef de France, the one of the French restaurants there. And it's funny because Allison was talking about how a lot of people talk about there and Monsieur Paul's how people are like the service there is horrible. There's just shitty service. And it kind of was. But I think it's because they're all French there. And the guy was just kind of a dick to me.
Oh, don't care, you big fat-headed man.
Like, we were trying to order, and Allison had decided what she was going to order, and I was like, oh, that was what I was going to order. But we don't want to order the same thing. We want to try different things. So he came over, and he's like, oh, okay, well, I'll take her order. And he took her order, and then, like, waited, like, 10 minutes to come back to take my order. Like, just didn't give a fuck. Didn't care or anything. And I ordered a drink after that, and the same thing. He just, like, forever to bring my drink. And he just seemed like he was being just very condescending to me the whole time and everything. So I think I had a good experience, but I just hated it.
Wow.
He's like a stupid yellow shirt wearing man.
But yeah, we had
Crepes for dinner.
We ate at Boma for breakfast, like breakfast / brunch, which is like a African style
Isn't
restaurant.
brunch already a slash?
Yeah, it sort of is. But this was before I would really consider it brunch, but it wasn't quite breakfast. Anyway, but it was a buffet, so we had a lot of like African style food there and everything. It was really, really good. I think it's at the Animal Kingdom Lodge, and that place is beautiful. Have you ever been there, Nathan? Looked around and everything?
No, I haven't.
It's one of the more expensive hotels, and we absolutely will
I've never
be able to.
I've never went to any of the fancy hotels. Just
We go there for the restaurants because the restaurants are usually amazing. And then the next day we went to the Polynesian and ate at one of the restaurants there, Kona Cafe, and I had this delicious chorizo sausage gravy over rice with with a grilled hamburger patty and just a pile of eggs and cheese with salsa on top, and it was weird but delicious. It was so
sounds
good.
amazing.
It was. I've never had rice for breakfast, but it is on my list now.
No, rice is really good. For a big old plate of buttered rice with salt and pepper for breakfast.
And I actually am thinking about making the same sort of dish, but with grits instead, because I think that would be more my like a good cheese grits or something. So yeah, we had a lot of good food, had a lot of fun. we did the Behind the Seeds tour.
Yeah, how was that? I thought that was pretty nerdy and cool.
It was, because one of my favorite rides.
Get ready to fall asleep, listeners.
I know, really. One of my favorite rides at Disney is at Epcot. It's called Living in the Land. It's a boat ride.
I really do like that ride, though.
It's so chill.
It is.
And they just show you.
It's cool.
It really is. There's so much science. Like how they show you all the hydroponics. Yeah.
They show that at you.
Yeah, the whole time they're just like, and here's some science. But you're riding this boat, and they show you all the hydroponics and aquaponics that they do, and like they grow a ton of food that they use there.
What's your favorite part?
I really like it's the hydroponics the where everything's hanging, and they have the vertical gardens and all that. But I love like the
one where the fish poop in the water, and then they suck the poop into the flowers, and then the water trickles back down
because they grow a lot of their lettuce that way and stuff. And so they have a tour that you can go through where you can go behind the scenes, and you have a tour guide and everything. There were 6 of us. So it wasn't a ton of people. The tour is only like $25 per person, which is the cheapest tour probably in all of Disney.
For a backstage pass? Yeah. That's good.
And it was like a little over an hour of a tour. So, we went along.
Did you get to eat anything right off the...
He did. He pulled some cucumbers out for us that were hydroponic cucumbers, and let us try those and everything.
Well, you guys were probably so stoned.
And, and he actually, because my birthday is coming up soon, he gave me and Allison the bag of cucumbers. Unfortunately, I hate cucumbers, so
they just showed them.
I just gave them to Allison, and she just had a bag of cucumbers in her pocket all day. But it was
just like normal.
I'm not even going there.
But,
wow, backup raise.
But it was a lot of fun.
Yes, she did have a fun weekend.
Yeah. Ray's like, not me, baby, not me.
But yeah, it was. I'm so glad we talked about doing it since we've been married and been going to.
Why are you bagging them up in condoms?
Oh gosh,
man, Chuck's dying.
Want to put her in a salad later?
Yeah, apparently,
cucumber humor is another one of Chuck's triggers.
MacGyver humor is like in Chuck's
like meatballs.
Just because
Careful, they bruise easily.
Just it done been meatball.
But we've been talking about it forever, and I'm so glad we finally went on this tour because. You just got to learn so much more behind everything with it. We got to feed the fish there and everything. So
you done been meatball got me. keep going. We'll be okay.
I try.
We'll laugh off.
When y'all just keep.
We'll laugh off.
Oh gosh. Anyway,
got meat.
You're gonna kill poor Chuck over there. All right, so we did Disney. That was a lot of fun.
It's hot as hell in here.
I got several pre-orders, and I got another Kickstarter in Dinosaur Island.
A heavy ass box, man.
Yeah, one of the heaviest boxes ever.
They almost broke Nathan's wrist.
Yeah,
you should do like they do in prison and work out with it.
Well, I would keep it by your bed in case there's an intruder.
But
not to hit him, just spring a game on him.
Hey man, stop robbing me, bro. Roll. It's your roll.
That's what I want.
It's your turn, man.
Is like him to be sneaking in your house, and he turns on the dining room light, and you're just sitting there, like in your boxer shorts with your 44 Magnum,
slowly shaking some dice in a cup,
and the game's all laid out. It's like, we're gonna play a game.
Why don't you come over here and have a seat if you want to live?
But Dinosaur Island is essentially a Jurassic Park ripoff. Because
the art's so great.
It's so 90s. It's so neon and everything.
Like all the characters, like you got the John Hannum looking like motherfucker.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
But
why do you waste time correcting Nathan?
I don't know.
Because Chuck only has so much to contribute.
I know, right?
Earlier in the week, I ordered because we play Scythe a lot.
Yeah,
and it's gotten to the point where the expansions don't really fit in the box, so I have to carry a couple of boxes. So they put out a box, just a Scythe box that will hold everything. And I was dummy enough to be one of the people that pre-ordered it. So
it looks gorgeous.
It is gorgeous.
The artwork
the
on
art
it's
of
amazing.
Scythe is so good. That was one of the things I was like,
it is, yeah.
The art is so good on this, and this is a bigger box to showcase that. I'm gonna go for this.
is almost genius. On they're like, hey, we'll put out a bunch of stuff, but make sure it doesn't fit together, and then we'll just sell them a box.
But I got that, and
Guys, we're way behind. Oh, never mind.
we could, put out the box with the expansion and raise the rates of the expansion. But why do that?
Well, that's like Katie and run out of money halfway through and be like, well, we're just going to make them put it together.
But, yeah, the box is beautiful, and I also got the Wind Gambit, which is the next expansion. So it's the second expansion for Scythe. It's with the airships, and they're huge and beautiful. Just like
Tractors and airships.
But
You're getting the 1930s boner going.
There's one more expansion that they're going to put out for Scythe, and then that's pretty much. He hasn't said the
ninjas?
Huh?
Is it ninjas? Because that would just make this perfect.
World War I ninjas.
He hasn't said what the next expansion is, but they're working on it. And he said that this is the last expansion, but he's not putting a hard stop to it. If someone else comes up with another really good idea, he'll do another expansion.
Ninjas.
But right now, he already has it planned.
Are you listening? Ninjas.
Jamie, ninjas. So I got a couple of Scythe things. Got the Wind Gambit, got the Dinosaur Island. I'm excited about that Dinosaur Island. I hadn't broke it open yet because it just came before the guys got here.
Better be careful.
And,
it's heavy enough to break you open.
Yeah.
And something else,
shatter your foot.
Something else that showed up trumped my Dinosaur Island a little bit.
It pretty much trumped all our nerd ones.
Been watching
Best gift ever.
Been watching Runaways, rewatching through it and watching the newer episodes because Allison's been wanting to watch it. And I, even on the second viewing, I'm really, really digging this show.
That's on Hulu. I keep forgetting that.
It's really good. The CGI for the dinosaur and stuff isn't the best, but it's a Hulu show. So I mean, if you can get past that,
there's Devil Dinosaur in this?
No. It's old place.
Man. Yeah. But there is a dinosaur in it, so it's not Devil Dinosaur.
Call me when
Unfortunately,
it's Devil Dinosaur, and I'll give a shit.
And then I've been playing music again lately, which is fun because I haven't played music in probably 3 years or more. So that's been a lot of fun.
Firing up the old MP3 player.
Yep. And that's it for me.
Alrighty, guys, it's back to Mike, yours truly, for his Nerd On.
The main event.
The main event.
Yeah.
Last.
In this corner, weighing 25 pounds and 1'5".
Like 2 feet.
It's like 2.5 feet tall.
Yeah.
So I finally got my Hot Toys Hulkbuster in. Woo!
Yes.
And we have posted pictures on all of our social media of it, so go check it out on the Twitters, the Instagrams, or the Facebooks.
It is gigantic.
It sucks that it came like all scratched up though.
Yeah. With dirt all over it.
You think they would have shined it up a little nicer?
Yeah.
No,
looks like they just dug it through the mud and like just dragged it all the way here.
They just like kicked it into the box. There you go.
We almost did putting it back in there.
It's like put make sure UPS ships it so they'll kick the shit out of it.
Well, actually, if you really think about it, if you drop it and scratch it, it just adds more character.
It's just weathered.
Yeah, it's just weathered. Like, I would say I'm going to sell it damaged, but he's, battle damaged, so, fuck you, it's custom.
There you go.
But it's amazing. Like I said, it's like 2.5 feet tall. It's almost 20 pounds.
Just need a Hulk.
Yeah, it is. It's indescribable. Like, pictures do not do it justice how big it is.
They really do.
It's just like, because I've seen a ton of pictures. I've seen size comparisons of the Hulkbuster. It's just, you have to have it like in front
hand.
of you. It's just unreal.
Oh, man.
No,
it's pretty daunting.
It's gorgeous.
You need to take a picture with the, you have Whiplash still, right?
No.
No,
He's got Ironmonger.
Ironmonger, that's the one. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
A picture of it, because that thing, I thought that was
big.
yeah. And then you fucking pulled it. I was like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's like, how big can it get?
I mean, it's like they probably bought scrap cars and then just pressed it out, painted them red. It's so much metal.
Yeah, and this thing has tons of articulation. It came with probably 20 separate batteries.
Yeah.
And a screwdriver, so I'll never deal with that. I'll just flash a
I think
light
it's
on.
22 batteries.
It's something unreal.
Which,
ridiculous.
believe it or not, is only 4 more than that Mark 46 comes with.
Yeah, it's not bad.
What?
Iron Man's in general just come with a fuck ton of batteries.
Yeah, your 47 should come with that that many, too.
Eventually. But it's awesome. I got Armored Batman coming pretty soon.
Oh, nice.
Star-Lord Deluxe version 2 should be coming as well. So I got a lot. I've actually been kind of quitting, so it doesn't sound like it. But other than a couple other figures I have pre-ordered, which I think Spider-Man, a Mark 47,
Gladiator Thor,
Gladiator Hulk. That's really about it. And two of those don't even, or three of those don't even start until April of next year. So,
so you got time.
Are you getting the Batman, the Arkham Origins one, or you said armored Batman?
it's the battle damage armored
you're getting that
Batman.
one, okay.
Because I never had a regular armored Batman, and I'm a big fan of battle damage, so
Yeah, it looks
I like it.
I'm kind of mad that it came out afterwards because I just feel like at least give me the head there because that sculpt's cool.
I mean, there's I think a lot of people do custom head sculpts.
Yeah, there's some
of it.
custom heads that actually look a little better than the one that comes with the figure.
You just gotta look into
That
it.
doesn't surprise me. I will say though that the Justice League regular Batman
Yeah,
looks really good.
it looks really good, but I kind of I don't like how the head looks on it, the head and neck. I just don't
kinda
like that.
That was my issue with the other Batman from it, as I felt that his neck was too bulky.
I know
Like-
it just fit. I feel like the bulkier neck just kind of fits with that. Just
That aesthetic of it.
fucking.
Because he's a big
beefy-
barrel-chested bastard,
Yeah.
and he has a pencil for a neck.
It's like that old. It's like you were talking about earlier with the old '40s like muscle dudes. You know,
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
The fat strong.
yeah,
Fat
fat strong.
Hey, really,
That's how he
strong?
looks. I mean, it's just like big, beefy dude, and then he has a scrawny neck. It doesn't look right.
Overall, though, I
To
think the figure looks actually really good.
Yeah,
If
it
I had
does.
the extra money, I would definitely get it. But like I said, I'm putting kind of a hard stop on this for a while because I have probably 30, 40 figures now at this point.
Jesus.
Just something ridiculous.
Yeah.
And that's in the
Yeah, 30, 40, it's ridiculous.
year and a half. Well, you've also been collecting figures in general like years longer than me.
Yeah.
So let's see. Other than that, I've been kind of switching music genres a little bit too, like Nathan was saying. I've been also playing guitar a little bit more. I need to practice a lot more, but it's a lot of fun. It's something I haven't really picked up in a long time either, and it's really cathartic as well. So if
That's the truth.
it helps you work out some demons
Exercise.
and some Nickelback lyrics you had hiding in your heart that you needed to get out. But I've gotten really into Alt J recently. I've been into doom metal and just rock in general over the past year. So
Alt J.
Alt J's.
Alt J, it's an indie band, but it's very it's eclectic music, I guess. But it's just cool. I don't know. I really enjoyed it. Kind of reminds me of like Purity Ring if it was an indie band instead of just straight whatever it is. So whoever knows, there's like two people.
Not Promise Ring.
Yeah.
No, that Purity Ring is a pretty good band too. But I definitely recommend it. It's a lot of cool songs. Like one of my favorites is called Dead Crush, and it's like this really hard hitting electronica type song, but it's about Sylvia Plath, Anne Boleyn, and somebody else, Lee Miller, three like really famous dead women who the band has crushes on, and they describe them, and it's actually a really cool song.
I need to check. Like when you sent it to me, I had meant to check it out because I always check out anything you send me, and I just forgot. And then when you pulled up, I was like, I was supposed to listen to a band called All J. I forgot about that.
Yeah, but they're really good. I enjoy them. I definitely recommend them. Sloth Rust as well. They're kind of a newer kind of 90s grunge band, but with a lot of newer qualities.
They were kind of cool. I dug them.
I enjoy them a lot. Been listening to those dudes. Let's see, what else have I been doing? I went to an amazing classy Christmas party on Saturday.
Yeah, I
Yes.
forgot
Held
to
by
mention
Nathan. It was awesome. They had a lot of fun people, a lot of really close friends, family. I consider them. Some good drinks, good times, a nice fire, pretty ladies, mostly wives. So I couldn't hit on them, but I got drunk or I could hit on them, but
Then thinks it awkward with the fights afterwards. And
oh yeah. There's a punch and then it ends up in a hug, and then me and TJ are kissing. Anyway, so it's just It was
Fluffy fingers.
it was
happens,
really
man.
good.
Start tickling each other.
Tickle fights break out everywhere.
You go get ice cream afterwards.
That's why we have to sit across the room from each other.
It's true, because we get in just spontaneous, spur-of-the-moment tickle fights at any moment.
Yeah, that was a good. It was a good part. I always look forward to our Christmas party.
And everybody looked nice also.
Yeah, well, was it
There were
classy?
so few pictures. I wanted to see what everyone looked
too
up.
busy partying.
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah.
I just wore my work clothes and a cardigan.
Yeah.
How was Chuck's decent coat?
That's the only decent thing he had on, really.
Chuck cut his hair and beard, and I think he looks very nice. I have
He
to
does.
commend
He
him.
does.
He looks respectable
You look-
now.
It was actually the haircut fits you better than last time. Last time,
If he was born in the 1860s, he'd fit right in, you know,
with
that look he's got going on.
Yeah, Stonewall Jackson look you got.
Yeah.
But other than that, I mean, I've been listening to sci-fi as usual. Nothing new military sci-fi. Listen to the Ember War saga. Really good. Mechs, space marines, trillions of killer drones, human AIs and human consciousness put in robot bodies. It's just all the coolest shit ever. So definitely recommend reading it. And other than that, I think that's about it. I've been playing a lot of Assassin's Creed Unity, but like I said, that's, you played one Assassin's Creed, you played them all. But the story is more enjoyable than I thought it would, because that was in the kind of Assassin's Creed 3 slump area.
Yeah.
But, yeah, if everyone else is done, Chuck, did you want to bring up that one you forgot?
No, it was the Christmas party. I forgot to mention it when Nathan started talking.
Oh, yeah, well, you're very underappreciated, you're
That's about
selfish asshole. So, Ray, let's move on to the news, bud.
Ladies and gentlemen, please allow me to introduce you to the newsman of the evening, Jimmy Ray Hancock. Come on now. He's with the news. You're gonna read the news now. Jimmy Ray is with the news. Hey Ray, what type of news you got tonight? Well, I hope it's good, 'cause it's Ray with the news. Here we go. Ray's with the news channel. Ray's reading the news channel. Ray's reading the news channel. Ray's reading the news channel.
All right, guys, we're going to read some news at you.
Is that what the song was, referring to?
Yeah, it's about me reading news at people.
All right.
So
Okay. I'm connecting the dots now.
let's kick it off. Let's kick it off.
Thank
There
you.
were a bunch of
Not
trailers.
just a clever song.
Yeah.
It is a clever song. And it's about me, so I really like it.
I just imagine that's your alarm that goes off.
It's my theme song when I come into work.
Yeah.
And they're like, what news? What the
Just
fuck are you
goes
talking about?
bebopping in, you know.
So we got a bunch of trailers this week, and they were pretty good trailers. First off, let's jump on into Ready Player One. We got a new trailer for that. What'd you guys think?
It's looking better and better and better.
It's looking badass.
And the storyline, the creator of the Oasis, the internet virtual world they're in, is dead, and he's gonna give $500 billion or space bucks or whatever the hell they'd use in 20 years in the future, and they get control of the Oasis. So it is
Treasure hunt.
yeah, it's like if Rat Race and Tron were a movie.
Yeah.
But not as cool.
I am very excited about this movie. The little teaser one I thought looked cool, but you really don't have any idea what it's about.
No.
So this one, given a little more of the overarching what the story's going to be, I was like, oh, okay, that sounds really really cool.
Yeah.
And then you just get so many little nods to everything that you love growing up as a nerd. I mean, you got the DeLorean, Iron Giant, freaking
Voltron.
yeah, Voltron,
Gundam.
got him.
They even showed Tracer.
Chucky. Yeah, Tracer from Overwatch. And that's smart and being current to what's now to, the things of the past. And that end scene, I mean, I probably am wrong, but it looks like it's a giant battle between two people. And so you got, all your icons of youth running towards each other to fight.
Yeah.
Pretty fucking badass.
Yeah, it looks like a 1980s wet dream, and I'm just really excited about it. For some reason, the book's description never really appealed to me, but judging a book by its cover, yes. So I stand corrected, Ernest Cline. I think you wrote a golden goose, my friend.
Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see when the movie comes out. Trailers.
I think it's March when it comes out.
Okay.
Stupid smarch weather.
this March. So yeah, we're excited about that. We got a trailer for Jessica Jones Season 2, which is my favorite Marvel Netflix show.
Yeah.
I could tell by your yellow hoodie.
Mine too.
Yeah.
Bring it.
Yeah, I'm excited about it. And there's news that David Tennant's going to be returning in it.
Yeah.
So
there's some shots of him as Kilgrave.
Yeah.
From the set and everything. So
that's pretty
I
exciting.
wonder if
as
it's
well.
going to be exclusively flashbacks.
That's what I'm wondering.
I don't know. Would they bring someone like him back just to do flashbacks?
Well, there's that one scene where like you need to deal with what happened and find out what happened. Like I feel there's going to be some like her searching her memories, trying to really allow herself to.
Didn't she block out a bunch of that traumatic shit Kilgrave made her do?
She tried to forget everything that had happened. So I think he's going to have a big part, but it's going to be like a flashback part where it's like her dealing with stuff that went on.
yeah.
Maybe he's talking to her, haunting her. You know, like one of those things.
maybe.
She's murdered him, so now she sees Kilgrave everywhere.
The psychological aspect.
Yeah.
So, I kind of either way I could be good with as long as you keep the story solid. I'm fine with it either way.
I just like. I feel to bring him back alive. I mean, she broke his fucking neck. Like, let the guy that I thought it was very powerful that she murdered him.
She could convince.
You know, for him to come back, I think kind of takes.
I
away
mean,
from
what'd
that.
she do the last time? And he convinced someone to give him both their kidneys or some shit.
Yeah. That's what I honestly think that she didn't kill him. I think that was misdirection, but we'll see.
Yeah,
I'm not willing to make a bet on it this time.
You haven't
I'm
paid
not
up the
that
last
confident
bet.
about it.
You haven't paid up the last one yet.
I'm fine either way, but yeah, I hope it's you see him as a kind of in her mind type thing, but I'm
Like
fine
he's
with
haunting
it.
her.
Yeah, I'm fine with it the other way too.
I always love shows and movies with that, with one of the characters kind of going crazy, and they have that conversation with people that aren't there. I don't know. I love that. Like,
Yeah.
I'm assuming you loved Arkham Knight a lot.
yeah, that and Mr. Brooks. It's this Kevin Costner
That
movie.
movie was really good.
It was fucking phenomenal, and I kind of a similar thing going on that entire movie. That
Just
movie
because
was so
David
damn
Cook
good.
was in it doesn't mean it was
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah, well, no. By then, though, Kevin Costner had been so washed up. We don't have to talk about Mr.
Yeah,
Brooks.
okay,
If you've never
just
seen it,
skip
I
it.
highly suggest watching it.
Yeah, it's been around for a while.
It's an old movie about
10 years, maybe.
Yeah.
15.
And as a normal, all of these links will be in our show notes. If you haven't seen any of these, go check them out. Next, Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom. We got a trailer for that.
I'm not ready to say looks garbage because
It looks like
we
straight
ate some
garbage.
We
I'm
ate some
gonna
crow
say it.
last time on that.
Yeah, we did. We were wrong.
No, I will be happy
I'm
to
the only-
eat my words, but
Am I
it
the
looks
only one that thought it looked like fun?
It
It
looks like
figures you would
straight
like the
garbage.
trailer.
Yeah.
That everyone is like,
because he knows we're going to hate it.
Jurassic Park. Dude, it's like, no.
Man, I don't know. It looked like one of those things that, like, I don't know.
Like
I
shit.
enjoy Jurassic Park and Jurassic Park movies because, like, I think it breaks out the 6-year-old Jimmy Ray that loved to play with dinosaurs and loved dinosaurs, and now they're going to throw a fucking volcano into the mix, and it's like, well, fuck yeah, let's do this.
I don't know. Those things I don't mind. It's not
Yeah.
that like that scene with them running off the cliff and like that looks cool. I think it's all the other stuff. I'm like, I don't care about Owen raising a fucking velociraptor. Like,
yeah.
I'm sorry, man. If I raised an animal, I wouldn't go to a island that's about to blow up. That's I'm like, it sucks. He's dead.
And
Sucks
also, if
to
they're
be
going to
him.
put the park to begin with on a fucking volcano, just let it be.
That's
It's
most
just,
of the islands in the Pacific. You
Yeah.
just
Just
don't
let it
have a
be.
lot of
Oh, the
choice on
biggest
that.
thing is that I'm supposed to believe that Bryce Dallas Howard's character gives a fuck about the dinosaurs
Yeah.
now.
yeah, exactly.
She
like
didn't care.
she didn't care at all. Like she
we need to
wouldn't.
save the dinosaurs.
Yeah.
What I thought they were in the Caribbean in the first ones.
So,
No.
They were
no.
all Pacific? Okay.
Off the coast of Costa Rica. Yeah.
but I just. With all
Costa
that
Rica's
being
in the-
said, they pulled it off last time, and I thought it looked like a giant
Pacific.
clusterfuck.
Yeah,
of
I saw the
stupidity.
trailer last
It's
time. Looked
Pacific
worse
side,
than this
not
one.
the Gulf of
Pacific
Mexico
side.
side.
Nobody gives a shit where the fucking
Are
island's
we
at.
still talking geography here about the islands of Jurassic
Chuck
Park?
is
Come
fucking
on, guys.
obsessed.
We're talking
This is
to
a
Chuck
nerd
on
podcast.
the
It's
side.
not that nerdy.
Yeah.
Apparently, it is.
Apparently.
I was just curious. I was
Chuck
like,
had
Costa
some
Rica, I'm like, it's
pregame
in the-
beers because he's at like 5 beers levels of questions
I've only
now.
had 2.
So
Oh,
islands,
Jesus, eat some.
how did those work?
So volcanoes, the magma, right? There's that. That's the one thing that made me laugh the most is with like Chris Pratt and he's like running in the fucking smoldering ash.
Yeah.
Like you realize how hot that is in
he's-
real life. He's dead.
He's He's dead as soon as that
he's
smoke
not
hits
dead.
him.
He's going to jump off in the movie. Yeah.
He's going to come out riding on the back of the Velociraptor. That raptor's going to fucking jump into the ocean. And they're going to Velaptor paddle all the way back to
They're going
America.
to high five each other and guzzle
Riding
Mountain
his
Dew.
velocipede. That's the British term for bike. Well, actually, there was a on fire hunk, just a wreck that fell into the water right after the ball. So that may have been Chris Pratt's corpse.
Yeah.
Let's hope.
And then the only other thing is like
It's like, I'll be in your damn movie, but you got to kill me off, so I'll have to come back again.
We haven't even talked. I think I
figured that'd be Jeff Goldblum, but the Bro Rex, like the Bro Rex that shows up at all the right times of these movies, and he's like, "Oh, you're about to die, fuck that."
Yeah.
Let me do an iconic roar and give me a good.
Well, he was literally their bro in the last movie.
Yeah.
He fought the super dinosaur.
like
The Indominus.
after he kills this giant
Thanks, Chuck.
monster
Sorry.
with the
Brontosaurus.
yeah, that thing. The fucking Chris Pratt better give him daps. They like should knuckle bump real quick because it's at
He's gonna
that
have to
level
jump
of
pretty
stupidity.
damn high.
Yeah, well, he
Knuckle
can
bump a T-Rex.
reach down with my small hands, or maybe they can like touch butts. I don't know.
Even touching buddies have to go up high.
That's what's going to happen. Is
They're
like
going to belly.
Chris Pratt's running, and the cloud comes up, and you come up, and you see him like riding inside the T-Rex's mouth, like fucking like forward ahead,
Pieces of him right in
and
the
then
mouth.
and then they jump off, and the fucking T-Rex spreads wings.
I'm thinking like
Nate,
a Flintstones, like slide down the tail of the clock out.
What if the Tyrannosaurus catches on fire, and this is where you get your double dinosaur?
Fucking devil dinosaur shows up right there.
I still wish they would have gone with the Dino
Proves
Riders
that.
aspect. Just
There you
weaponize them.
Oh, that would be
That's the
awesome.
next movie, Chuck.
Yeah.
See?
You
How? They're all going to be
You
dead.
can't do that with the volcano.
They
You
should have
got to
done
do the volcano first, then
No.
weaponize the
No,
dinosaurs.
I do agree. I thought that whole idea of like, all right, the second film is going to be set in like fucking Iraq, and you're going to have like, like just, it's going to be a gritty war drama with fucking dinosaurs walking around in the background, and oh man, and anyway, the
I'm
trailer
loving
looks
this
like shit.
idea.
Let's
Yeah,
really just
it
run it
does.
home. But we're not going to say the movie's going to be shit.
Everyone's going to go see
We're
it.
not going to do that.
It looks beyond silly.
Yes, it does. But the last one, when I saw Chris
Do
Pratt,
you really look for believability in your
no,
Jurassic Park films, though?
absolutely not. I
Well,
don't.
the first one I thought was.
It seems like that I'm okay
That
with.
was the whole point of the first movie, was the believability of it.
Yeah, they try to tie science back to it, but now it's got
Now it's like Die Hard with dinosaurs.
pretty much, yeah, exactly.
You just explained why I love it. I now understand.
Anyway,
But with
All
no
right.
Die Hard running around killing
Yeah.
people.
Man, Chris Pratt is the new Die Hard.
No, he's not.
No.
Dino
Not
Hard.
yet. So we also got a trailer for Spider-Man Into the Spiderverse, which is an animated movie that's going to be coming out.
looks great.
It's Miles Morales, or at least the trailer is, but it's Spider-Verse, so we'll probably get a bunch of Spider-Man.
Yeah, but he's the focus they showed so far.
Yeah. It looks
Yeah, they had a
Real
lot of
good.
Peter in there, too.
That's all I could.
it looked really, really good. The
all
art style and
for
everything.
this. I think it's perfect, especially to
Yeah,
tell a Spider-Man story.
Add a lot of bright colors.
Yeah.
And at points, it kind of morphed into a comic book page.
Yeah, like flashed into comic, like actual comic art.
And some amazing looking shots that they did.
Yes.
That scene where he's falling and they flipped it upside down and
Beautiful.
he's
And
going,
The
that
city's
is
falling
beautiful.
on him.
That's gorgeous.
I'm hoping that this is and I mean, this is Sony, so I hope this is a flip where Marvel starts actually doing good animation stuff, because there's so much that they can do with that, and DC has killed it with their animated movies and everything. But like, I can't think of one Marvel one that would be like, oh yeah, go watch that one. And y'all know me, I'm a Marvel fanboy. I've watched them.
I like this because
I've
it's
turned a
getting
lot of
away
them
from
off.
doing the animation. They're going,
This is more computer.
yeah, CGI, style or whatever you want. The Pixar look,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I love it though. I think that's perfect for this style of a character.
Mm-hmm.
You can have a lot of fun. You can still, kind of ground it with, human elements, and because like Pixar, they have the stuff for adults and for the kids, and this looks like it's going to have that. And I'm very excited for this. Like I thought it was just a regular animated movie. I was like, okay, and then I started paying attention. Like, holy shit, this is gonna be really good.
Yeah.
At least from like I said, it's a teaser with a bunch of just really pretty shots. Who knows what the story will be and all that, but that looked great.
Yeah, I'm digging it. I'm digging it. We got some photos of the Phoenix, X-Men Phoenix, that's going to be coming out from Entertainment Weekly.
Some boring ass photos.
Some of them, actually most of them are.
Yeah.
We got Mystique with a more comic haircut. So I guess that's something.
Yeah.
The Phoenix stuff, I mean, it's for a photo shoot for a magazine, so it's probably not even what she's going to look like.
No. She'll likely have clothes on.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
But
butt naked the whole time. Just the way I like my Phoenix.
I don't know.
Arizona.
I think I'm so. I think I'm so. I don't know. Not excited about this because of Apocalypse. How mediocre that film was at best.
Yeah.
So I don't know. We'll see. I don't know.
Yeah.
The pictures didn't really do anything for me.
They didn't get me excited. I'll say.
Nope. But going into that, we've had more talks about the Fox Disney stuff.
Yeah.
And several news outlets have announced that the deal's been made. No one that I would say is really super highly reputable.
I mean, there's no Latino review.
Latino review has not come out yet with their news about this.
They've been pretty quiet lately, man.
Yeah.
I think they
That's true.
might be scared.
They got busted.
But
This is the last time you get privileged news, Mr. Latino Review.
But so I can't with 100% certainty say this deal is going through, but it seems like this deal's going through.
It feels like it's done.
Yeah.
Which
All we can do is just speculate until
Now I
it's
know
actually
how
done.
they're going to win the Infinity War. The X-Men are going to show up.
or
Badass.
the Fantastic Four or something,
Who
Or Silver
cares?
Surfer.
or a Silver Surfer. Yeah. There's a lot of things they can do with that. Well, and this opens up all the things they've been saying about after Avengers. They're talking about doing away with the phase system and doing these films that aren't as super connected, still connected, but not like
Yeah.
Same
building
universe,
up
but not
to
building.
Infinity War and everything. And this gives them almost all of their properties back, where they can do almost everything. I think Namor still has some things attached to him, and Hulk.
Technically, Hulk does.
Yeah,
Yep.
Hulk. That's why we haven't gotten a full Hulk movie. That's why we got
don't
World
need
War
it.
Hulk in Thor,
Yeah.
but without Hulk titled in it, because then they'd have to give some of their money to Universal. This again, we don't know all the details of things, but there are exciting things like Star Wars.
That's
They
the
should
big
get
one.
they should get like all the rights to Star Wars, so we might actually get an original trilogy without the special editions, maybe.
I want to see that Playboy poster that's supposedly in the first movie. I've never seen it.
I don't remember that.
What they'll do is they'll release the re-edited ones,
Yeah,
but then a special feature will be
yeah,
you can buy it. So another $100.
exactly. Which is
An
worth
original 4x3. No.
I don't know. It's like I've said, there's some of the special editions that work and some that there's a
don't.
lot that don't, but
Yeah.
there's some that do work. So.
But this also means that they'll probably own the rights to things like Aliens
and Predator.
Stuff
like that.
Avatar, which is a big deal for them because they just did their Avatar world at Animal Kingdom. And
we're going to need all that money back we gave you.
yeah. One of the ones that I think would be interesting, because I think they're just buying out the rumors have been buying out all the film and TV shows.
Yeah.
Firefly will be one that they own again, or they own now.
Well, yeah, because I mean the big reason from everything I was reading is like that why Disney wants us to go through it. It's not for those properties to make movies. It's all for their streaming.
Yeah,
That's the number one. Their stuff's just added.
They already own 30% of Hulu.
Yeah.
So at this point they'll own 60%, and I think Comcast is the other one that owns. And at that point they might just peace out. And so then
Disney should buy Comcast and destroy it.
Oh, thank God.
What are you talking about? They would just keep it
keep it.
and become more evil.
Yeah.
Hi, kids!
We should charge more.
Oh, God.
Wow. But yeah, so this is still going on. We've heard that we might get some news this week about it. We haven't
Oh
heard.
no, you dropped your brick!
I almost broke my foot with that brick you just dropped there, buddy.
But yeah, so we'll keep you up to date on this if it happens. So maybe we'll hear something this week. Maybe we won't. If it does go through, they still have to get okayed by the government, and like
That'd be
2019 is the soonest they can probably start doing anything with any of that stuff.
So yeah, I think Disney's probably getting pretty close to Monopoly. Although Viacom and everything, those are some pretty big dudes.
That's
as well.
true.
Yeah, they're still, I mean, relatively low on the totem pole from what I've been reading. even with that, they're still like they'd still only be number 3. I
Not
think.
like
Well, and
Viacom.
I think they're buying. I don't know if they're buying the whole shebang, like the studios and all, or if they're just buying the properties.
They
And I
get-
mean,
I
we'll
think-
see.
I thought it was the film
They
rights.
get the movies, the movie studios, the television, all that stuff. They don't get the actual network,
Yeah.
and they don't get and they don't get Fox News, and they don't get the sports
Stuff.
That's what
which
Fox
they
wants to
already
keep.
have ESPN.
Fox is going to be so boring.
Yep.
DC. So they announced their films that are coming up for DC, and this is what the list is looking like now: Wonder Woman, Aquaman, Wonder Woman 2, sorry, Aquaman, Flashpoint,
Definitely
Interested.
boo.
Justice League Dark, which I didn't realize was still on the docket, Suicide Squad 2, Shazam, Batgirl, Green Lantern Corps, and the Batman.
Okay.
So there's a lot of things that
Cyborg and Justice League
aren't
2.
there anymore. Yeah,
I think that was the two biggest ones. Was they
maybe.
but from what I read on it was, I guess Ezra Miller was really well received in Justice League, and so they think with Flashpoint they might just involve Cyborg more into that,
Yeah.
and instead of doing his own.
I think that
film.
would be smart for
And
them.
then Black Adam was the other one that is absent,
Is not there. Yeah.
which is because
What about the was it Deathstroke?
the Deathstroke one?
Yeah.
The Batman.
But there was a few of the ones that are more, and then the Joker, Harley, and all of those are also not showing. But some of those they're saying are so new that, like the ones like Cyborg was one that was more like alarming than Justice League 2.
Yeah.
Like a few of those were like kind of, I guess it still could happen.
Yeah, and Justice League is looking like at this point is not going to make them any money. It's financially kind of a flop. And I saw a thing where someone was comparing. This is really nerdy, guys. So we're about to get into real nerd area.
Turn off the podcast.
Turn off the podcast for a little bit. So I saw a sort of meme thing that someone had put up where they had the first 6 Marvel films, which was Phase 1, and how much money they made, and the first 6 DC films and how much money they made. Well, they've only put out 5 because the 6th one is going to be Aquaman.
Yeah.
So taking that into account and taking account that some of them are newer, but also taking into account that the first phase of Marvel movies was a long time ago.
Yeah.
So like not taking into inflation, I did a spreadsheet where
Wow.
because I was interested to see like how does this really play out because this isn't the full story. So I did a spreadsheet where I added in the amount they made in the box office globally, the amount they made on DVD and home video sales, and subtracted what the budget was from
Home video sales, not just DVD sales.
Yes, yeah, home video. So like all the downloads, the DVDs, the Blu-rays, all that stuff.
Not what you meant, but okay.
But I wasn't able to find out how much money was spent on marketing for any of the films, pretty much, because that's
No, you
not
can't.
a thing that you can find out. And other things like the budget is there, but like if they went over budget and stuff like that, that's harder to track down.
Mm-hmm.
And this was just a thing I was doing real quick, just to kind of see.
The merchandising also.
No,
Where
yeah,
the real money is at?
Yeah, which is
yeah.
a lot of the money. But as the film, as it goes with that, Marvel is like $1.5 billion just with their first 6 over that. So we know Aquaman is not going to be able to make up that.
You'd be surprised.
There's a
Justice
lot
League-
of women.
Okay, I will get an Aquaman tattoo.
Yeah, they better CG tighten up his pants and increase his bulge.
But well, you know, and
Aquaman's all new.
that doesn't include because they don't really have the not final because it's
Pants
never
just
final, but the
slow me
sales for the
down.
Wonder Woman videos. But that's only going to add like 100 million or something like that to it. And of course, Justice League doesn't have home video stuff out yet.
No.
So
It pretty much
But-
broke even.
as of right now, with just that formula, Justice League had made $200 million, not including how much which they definitely spent more than that on reshoots
Yeah.
and on marketing.
Because the budget was 3 and they've made like 613 so far.
Yeah. So it was really interesting to see, especially compared to that, because they were trying to be like, oh, it's not beating the shit out of, but it's on par with Phase 1. But taking into all these other accounts, like it's still really not. And I'm just kind of bummed that like Justice League wasn't the greatest, but I think, like I said, I think it was a good correction. And I was interested to see what would come from Justice League 2. So hopefully some of these other films can really like beef up everything.
Yeah.
Because I would like to see a Dark Side.
Yeah.
You know?
I watch I've been watching a lot of like YouTube essays and stuff like that.
I love YouTube essays.
And one of them was the problem with DC's characters. The problem with their movies is their characters. Batman doesn't act like Batman does.
Yeah.
And he really hasn't in any of the movies he's ever been in. You haven't gotten a real comic version of Batman, and that kind of pulls the popular culture that way. If you look at how Batman's portrayed, it's like they go to the same 4 comic books whenever they go to do it. They go to Long Halloween, Dark Knight Returns, Batman Year One, or I forget the 4th one, but anyway, you get the idea. And that's what everybody that makes a Batman movie is like. Oh yeah, I've researched Batman, that's Batman, and you're getting Batman either at the very beginning of his career, when he doesn't do anything but just get his ass kicked, and you do Batman at the very end of his career,
where he's getting his ass kicked,
where he's just old and disgruntled, and all he does is fight. He doesn't use his head for anything. Or you do a Long Halloween type thing, which is kind of somewhere in the middle, but he doesn't really do any detective stuff in that either. And then Superman, it's like they haven't even read a Superman comic.
Well,
when they do a Superman movie,
I think I watched some of the same videos you watched, apparently. But one of the things that I think the difference is you have movie people trying to make comic books come to life.
Yeah.
And whether the directors are or not, like the Marvel Studios people, like that's a lot of comic book people. And I think having John's involved with, hopefully he's still involved.
I think that'll help change that direction.
Will help that. But I know I've read a lot of stuff where a lot of people say that they think the big problem was all the WB stuff, all the Warner Brothers people wanting changes in the Justice League stuff. And I think when you have people that don't understand comic books or aren't lovers of comic books trying to push for these comic book movies, you get stuff that's a little more watered down.
Yeah.
So,
well, especially because, and I can't quote everything exactly, but there was another video essay I was watching, and it was definitely based on older stuff, but you got to think that type of stuff still goes behind the scenes, is why Tim Burton eventually had left was because Warner Brothers wanted to tie in with more toys. They wanted to make McDonald's-friendly stuff.
Yeah.
And like
I saw that one.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, when they're making these movies, like that's what they're thinking when they're watching stuff. It's like, well, how can we sell toys on this? Is this too dark or anything? And like, you know, Marvel's always been from the beginning for family fun and, you know, family friendly, and it's worked really well on both sides. And I think DC tried to be so gritty at first, but then of course it wasn't making the money, and so they get in there and they're like, all right, we're gonna make it more family friendly, but now they're trying to take too much control.
Yeah.
And I think also they weren't tying in enough comic book people, because Marvel also seems like they're really smart. They get real talented directors that are young. They've made only 1 or 2 movies, and then they bring them up to make these blockbusters because they can control them.
Yeah.
And that, you know, like with Snyder, I feel it was more like he had to say, and there was no way to come up and say, no, we're going to do it this way.
But it's also obvious, too, that a lot of these Marvel guys that are coming up doing these movies understand the characters that they're dealing with, too.
Or, like, I think they have a good vision, but Marvel's like, this is how we're going to handle these characters.
Yeah.
You know, they have the people there to make sure that it's coming through, and they just have the right director who can make the vision really work.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a good, at least they're working together a lot better than what
team set up on it
than what, you know, DC's been doing.
Yeah. Well, talking about directors and movies and stuff, we had some interesting news that Quentin Tarantino may be working on the next Star Trek film.
I thought this was such a rumor, and then it turned out it's absolutely not. It's a real deal thing that's kind of going ahead.
It's interesting.
Yeah. It's very interesting because Tarantino normally does not do things that are not his baby, his property.
He has in the past, but
he has, but normally he does his thing.
His iconic movies are all his ideas and his vision.
Yeah. But he is. I can't confirm nor disconfirm this, but I feel like I've read that Tarantino is a Trekkie. And again, don't quote me on that because I can't.
He's a fan. I was listening to the Nerdist episode that he was on, and like, I mean, the dude's a fan of everything.
Yeah.
He's
That's
watched
the thing. Yeah.
everything. I wouldn't call the dude a straight up Trekkie.
He's
but,
a cinephile.
he definitely enjoys the movies. You'd get a Star Trek movie. He probably, and maybe he watches shows. I can't remember what it is, but he's watched all those movies and loves them.
Yeah.
was going to remake the Star Trek one with all the 70s shit.
Oh, gosh. Yeah.
He loves 70s so
He does.
much.
He does.
That would be.
But it could be a good direction
fucking
for
feature, man.
Yeah.
it could be a good direction for this Star Trek, because also they've started going weird sci-fi and actiony. Tarantino
started.
No, I'm saying with the Chris Pine one from
They're
that
like
one.
3 movies deep in that, man. That's not starting.
Oh, I forgot there was a third movie.
Yeah,
Wow.
but I'm saying, but Tarantino, there's some action, but he's more dialogue towards his movies.
And I think that'll be interesting.
Yeah.
But I'm interested to see this. So
he can shoot action too. Like,
oh, absolutely.
So that's why
absolutely.
I was like, at first I was like, that'd be weird. And I was like, and I started thinking, I was like, no. I mean, if he's truly a fan, I think
He hasn't done any sci-fi though, has he?
He's never done sci-fi, but he's done Western.
fantasy stuff and all
Yeah.
that.
No.
Well, he did like Django, which was like his take on westerns, and also did the Hateful Eight.
He did help produce at least Planetara and From Dusk Till Dawn.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, Planetary he directed.
He did.
No,
direct.
Robert Rodriguez did Planet Terror. He did Death Proof.
Yeah.
No, I think it's flipped.
No, it's
Really?
Tarantino did Death Proof. He's absolutely right.
Okay. But yeah, with that, we thought it would be interesting to talk about what would be some other iconic directors that could jump on to established franchise films. So we were going to go through and talk about that a little bit, and each throw out one or two of them and
What you got,
discuss.
Ray?
What do I have?
I've been looking forward to this.
So here's the ones that I had. The first one, Sofia Coppola. I would like her to direct Spider-Man films because I feel like she has. She's really good with teen drama, and she's really good with female characters. So I think eventually we could, I think the Mary Jane that we get out of this, and the Gwen Stacy, and possibly like a Spider Gwen or something like that, would be very, very interesting to see her take on it. And she's a moody director. Like her films are moody. So like Peter Parker is usually happy-go-lucky, but his life sucks. So seeing like that aspect of like an upbeat kid that has a sucky life and try to be upbeat, I think she would do a really good job of that. She's also she's really into music, so she does that. I think that would be interesting to see what the score would be
good.
And stuff like that.
I would love that in any superhero movie.
Yes,
I mean, Guardians, I will say they did it great, but I would like to see a more moody movie set in with some really good, soundtrack audio to go along with it.
And I also think that her aesthetic, I love directors that have a strong aesthetic, and although hers is not the strongest of directors that I like, she does have a very specific aesthetic, and I'd enjoy seeing that. My other one, and if you, Sofia Coppola, Virgin Suicides, Marie Antoinette, and Lost in Translation. So she's like a solid director already. It's not something I ever think would happen, but I would love to see something like that. The other one was Guillermo del Toro doing a Ninja Turtles movie. Because
that would be really fucking cool.
Yeah,
I dig it with the
just be
their
bizarre
roads and them.
Yeah. Well, and I think you could get a more violent Ninja Turtles like in the comics out of it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And he has a very specific
hideous
look.
Turtles.
Yeah.
I feel like the
Well, I think he would more kind of do like he did with Hellboy and that real pretty
Yes.
slickness with it, and they'd probably be more agile looking.
Mm-hmm. And I think it fits with his again, his aesthetic. He likes darker things and stuff.
Absolutely. That's actually damn, Ray.
Yeah.
I've been thinking about this one. I know, right? Who doesn't want... The only problem is he'd get attached to it and then quit 4 times, and we'd never get it.
Yeah.
So.
He would.
But those were my 2 that I thought would be really interesting to see.
I'll kick out my 2. I didn't put as much time in as Ray did, so hats off to you. But I would like to see Tim Burton do a disaster movie.
he did. Mars Attacks.
No, I want a modern piece of shit disaster
With The Rock.
I want Dwayne Johnson.
That would be badass.
I want it to be something dumb,
And Johnny Depp.
like a tsunami or no, you know what's something that's kind of boring, like a mudslide.
Well, I would think it would be something ridiculous, like just a random black hole opening up in the Pacific.
Yes, no.
Yeah. Oh no, it'd have to be definitely darker. Like it'd be like set in the bayou and like the
molasses flood from Boston.
Oh shit, yeah.
See,
that is so him. Oh,
it'd
that's
be
so.
It'd be just a quirky Boston town where everything's wicked cool.
Yeah,
and
then the Rock's trying to fight this flood of molasses.
Rolling down the street. Just boils them alive.
And then the my other idea was Wes Anderson direct a James Bond movie.
Oh, weird. I was trying to think, what would I want Wes Anderson?
That would be like a 1960s Roger Moore James Bond.
I'd want that. I don't really like his movies, but I like the style. He does shoot some really cool stylistic stuff, and he throws James Bond into it with some action.
That's good, because I was thinking, and Allison actually said, and she wanted me to talk about it, and I was like, no, I hate that idea. But she wanted Wes Anderson to do Home Alone, which
that
would fit
pretty good, actually.
Yeah, but that's that a Bond Wes Anderson would be interesting to see.
It would be in Europe, though.
Yeah, you would get the quirkiest,
and Kevin
dumbest.
would be like 60.
Oh yeah. Oh gosh.
So who else? TJ, Chuck.
Yeah, I did one.
I didn't.
I did.
Just like Mankind.
Robert Eggers, that directed The Witch.
Yes.
I put him for doing Terminator.
And I really dug your idea, TJ, and the reason why.
Like, it's to make it scary again. The first Terminator was kind of a horror movie.
Yeah. No, it's like I remember watching it as a kid, and I saw the second one first, and then I saw the first one. I was like, God damn.
Yeah, it's
like this, like when he comes out of the fucking fire and he's just a skeleton. You know, the endoskeleton.
Yeah, it's kind of it's very much a horror movie in a lot of ways.
Like Michael Myers, he's just unstoppable.
Yeah, and he's one of the best young minds out there right now in horror. So I thought that would be a good match.
No, nice. I was like, that'd be cool. I just like the idea, even not that taking the Terminator franchise
scary again.
back to making it scary instead of fucking cartoony dumb like Schwarzenegger,
like T2,
70 years old, and just. Give me that T1 scare.
I'm joking.
No, I mean it was T2 was kind of changing the theme, kind of like Aliens changed the Alien franchise.
Well, they made it a great action movie.
Yeah,
fantastic.
They just tried to maintain that formula, and it just failed.
Yeah,
I think, obviously. What about you, C Money?
I couldn't think of one. I forgot about it till like earlier tonight when you were talking about it. I was like, shit.
Okay, well I've got two.
Okay.
One is all the movies Darren Aronofsky was supposed to do, namely the Wolverine and RoboCop.
Yeah, okay.
That asshole jumped out of. And lastly, I would like to see a Guardians Firefly-esque space opera directed by Denis Villeneuve.
Okay.
What did he do?
Blade Runner, Prisoners,
Sicario.
Sicario.
Oh, God.
Just that really, because I've never seen anything really just moody. And because it's all kind of like, I mean, it's still cool, but I really like his, just his style. And I think applying that to space and everything, and I like sci-fi, I think it would be pretty damn cool.
Yeah.
Those are my
pretty
two.
Cool. Very cool. Well, we're going to shut down this segment, and we're going to come back, and we're going to do a few gift guides for you guys, because Christmas is right around the corner.
Yeah.
So, all right, guys, so it's almost Christmas time here in the world.
Or Hanukkah.
Yeah. So normally every year we do a little bit of a gift guide for that nerd in your family that we don't know why you're listening to this podcast if you're not the nerd in that family. But you got a nerd friend and you want something to pick up for them. So we're going to do a couple of things. We're going to do like a cheap gift, a medium-sized gift, and like an expensive gift. So Nathan's going to kick us off here.
Hey, everybody. So I just kind of went with, like, when I think of nerds, I just what I would want, and then kind of go from there. And I really went with music stuff, because I've been really focusing on music, which is still a nerdy thing. Just maybe get me a Spider-Man pick with it. For $20, like I did 20, 50, like $150 range. For a musician, I play guitar. I always strings, like or a guitar stand. I'm always needing a guitar stand. I always need new strings. I hate buying them.
Yeah.
So when they're gifted,
I understand that.
Great.
I play bass, and my strings typically are about $50 a set. They've dropped finally to about $20 a set, so it sucks.
Yeah, and like for $20, you could get like if you order online like a 6-pack of strings for like $20.
Or a 4-pack.
Yeah. Well, no, I was looking
of
up
4 strings.
Yeah, for yourself. For $50, you know, like I could get a really nice guitar rack, which is something I've been looking at, like
like a multi-holder.
Yeah, multi-holder, or like some Audio Technica monitor headphones. You can never have too many extra headphones laying around.
That's absolutely true.
Technica is also a very underrated brand.
They're good. You know, like I said, they're not the best, but they're not bad. They work.
Solid.
I love my Sennheisers.
Yeah. And then for like 100, 150, something I've been wanting for a while is the Zoom H2N mic for live recording. A lot of professional musicians use it. The thing does beautiful audio recording with that bad boy. So those are like very nerdy, very weird stuff like that you would never think, like, I would never buy that
for a musician in your life.
For a musician, like, well, because, like, especially the Zoom, like, bands practice live, like, and it's one of those things, a lot of guys, they take out their phone and you get it's a piece of shit recording, but it's something you can listen to.
Yeah.
If you have one of them Zooms or something like that, like...
I have the Zoom H6, and we've done a little bit of recording on it, but I love it.
Yeah, but you get one of those in a live setting, and they really are phenomenal. So, But that's my stuff. Merry Christmas.
Right. So, Michael, what do you have on your nerdy Christmas list?
I actually had a list, and I left it at work. So, could you describe to me the parameters of it again?
So,
I was going to do, obviously, EDC themed.
Yeah, that's what I figured. So, we're going to do, like, a cheaper one, which you'd make the decision on what cheaper is, a medium and a larger scale gift. My cheap is, like, a $10 to $15, $20. My medium's $60 to $100, and my expensive is... 200-ish, so.
Mm-hmm.
If you want a second to think, we can go on to one of these other nerds.
No, it's fine.
You got it?
Yeah. The three big things that you're going to want in EDCer's life, which is everyday carry, of course, is going to be your knife, light, and right. Which is your knife, obviously, your pen, and your flashlight. That covers 90% of the stuff that you want, and even a little multi-tool as well, which I think I recommended a lot of the same stuff last year, but, I mean, until something better comes along, this is what I recommend. If you want to stay in the $5 to $10 range, a lot of the pocket multi-tools are, keychain tools are really great. I forgot the name of it, but one of the big ones are going to be like the Leathermans. The Gerber Shard is really popular. This thing's real simple. Phillips head screwdriver, a pry bar, flathead, bottle opener, wire stripper, and they're $5. And they're really nice. The doohickey, which is what Leatherman offers, I think Chuck actually has one, is really nice as well. 90% of them are bottle openers, but those are, and there's a ton of them, but those are the most functional that I've really seen. And if you're serious about it or not, just wanting to carry it because it's pretty.
To jump in with you, I don't have a lot of everyday carry, but I have a carabiner that I always carry my keys on.
Oh yeah, yours is awesome.
So I finally decided I have this thing that is basically useless except for to hold my keys, and it could be doing other things. And it was because you were into everyday carry stuff that I started looking into this. So mine has a Phillips head screwdriver, a flathead screwdriver, which you can double as like a box cutter and everything. It has a ruler on it. It has hex tools from 5mm up to 12mm, wire strippers, and a bottle opener. And it's called the Bison Cool Tool Carabiner keychain. And it's about $12 on Amazon.
Which the thing's beefy too, so it's not like a piece of crap or anything. For the $12 shipping, and I've spent up to, I'm sad to say, $60 on one like pure titanium and everything. And while they're pretty and cool in theory, they are nowhere near as functional as the ones I spent $5 to $10 on. Yeah. And I would take that to the bank. No pun intended. If you're looking at the $50 to $60 range, which I know is a bit of a jump, there's a $25 one as well, I would say. Nightcore makes some really cool keychain flashlights. Yeah. They just released a new one that's almost 300 lumens, which is huge for a keychain light. And it's not just crappy. I think it's called the Tinny. They're acronyms, I believe. but I've had the two ones beforehand, and like I said, they're bright, they charge easily, they're not going to break the bank, and they're also, for the most part, waterproof, water resistant, more or less. And the charge lasts for a while. What I like about the newest one they have, which is around $29.99, is it has recessed buttons on it, because I carry mine in my pocket and I end up clicking it on accidentally all the time. So it hopefully that'll remedy the problem, which I think that's why they recess it in the first place. As far as the $60 range, I would really recommend, it's called anything by Olight, really, but the Olight Baton series gives you a lot of function. It has like strobe, bright, moonlight mode. You also get a magnetic tail cap to basically stick it anywhere that's metal if you need, to work on something. It's also small enough, the little ones, and they have reverse clips. You can clip them on the bill of your hat. And they have deep carry pockets, deep carry clips as well. So you can put it in your pocket and it's not going to stick out or fall out. Great products. For the $100 range, there's a lot of stuff you can get there. ZT makes some really good knives for the $100 to $200 range. It's like the Lexus of Kershaw, basically. How Toyota and Lexus work, there's Kershaw and ZT. So they have a lot of the same Hinder style designs and their own designs in their own right, but they're well-made knives, solid knives, and they're still not crazy expensive. Because you can get up into the Sabinzas and the Striders, Chris Reeve knives, and those are going to be like $500 to $600. And then, of course, the Microtech out the front knives, automatic knives, those can go as high as $1,000. So it's just there's pretty much anything you can get. But as far
limitless.
But as far as casual goes, the Olight Baton, any of the models are great. That's going to be around $60 to $100, depending on what model you get. Very bright, very tough lights, and they're easy to use.
I'm looking at the S1 here on Amazon, and it's 500 lumens, and it's $44.
Yeah, the S1 is a really good one, and it comes with it uses a CR123 battery, which is pretty much, as far as I know, just for flashlights, but a lot of them come with rechargeable batteries in a kit. And I carry that one in my truck all the time, and I carry its big brother, the S2R, I think, baton. I recommend the R ones because those are the ones that come with rechargeable batteries. But that's pretty much for my cheap list, anywhere from $5 to $100.
Okay, cool.
Chuck?
There's something like, I'm still confused on the criteria, but I'm just going to go with shit I thought I would want, or suggestions for it. But the small range is $20. I mean, there's so many ways you can go for it. Personally, I have like action figures like you find in Walmart, Toys R Us, the Marvel Legends, and the DC Multiverse figures. I mean, after taxing, they're going to be a little over 20, but still. Also, some video games. I was looking around the other day and I saw a couple games. I was like,
video games are always a good option for nerds during this year. What are some
like
good
some
ones
of the 20
that are coming out?
No, like these are games that have been out that are $20. Bloodborne, I've heard, is supposed to be really good. The
hard though, like Dark Souls hard.
Yeah.
The first two Arkham games in a bundle pack, that's now $20. So it's just finding value games that you may have played before and you want to pick up again, like the Final Fantasy X remake. I think the Uncharted series that you got last year, that was $20. You can find that again. So just going for value, stuff like that. I think the only one I think I would want personally for myself is in the mid range. Was I just saw earlier today that they did the 25th anniversary of Stone Temple Pilots Core.
Oh yeah.
So it's pretty much a reprinting and remastering of that LP. 4 CDs, remastered the actual original CD, and then like a bunch of live and B-sides and stuff like that. And it comes with a book, a lot of like pictures, memorabilia, stuff like that. So for mid-range,
cool. That sounds really cool, man.
Yeah, and it's like I literally thought, oh my god, this thing's gonna be like close to like $100. It's like $60.
Nice.
So in that range, I mean, like I said, I'm just scatterbrained because I don't even know of anything I would pay like $100, $200 for. maybe
Hot toy.
gift card.
Hot toy
gift cards
card.
from Sideshow, but $200. Oh yeah, that is right.
I'd say this group,
Oh, yeah.
this group here, getting $100 gift card to Sideshow would be excellent.
That would be
Christmas
a
gift.
pretty damn good Christmas gift.
Yeah,
If someone's trying,
$200
if
gift
someone,
card, that's literally half of fucking Thanos right there.
if someone is not
Yeah.
into hot toys, that would be mean.
Yeah.
Chuck,
But if they are,
I am
No,
I am
that's-
like 100% confident they're going to come out with a Thanos figure.
Oh, I know they're gonna come up
Yes.
with another one.
So start saving your pennies.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess just
yeah,
it's not the greatest list, but from high, medium to low, I think not bad for me.
Okay. So
Mr. TJ?
Yes.
I did like so for like a $20 range.
okay.
I went with the Star Wars Black figures.
Oh yeah,
They're like Lando?
No. They have all kinds of characters out. They're really detailed, kind of like the Marvel Legends.
Yeah.
Figures are, but it's Star Wars.
I always end up looking at those when I'm at a store, and I'm like, "Ugh, I just can't.
Yeah.
I can't have another thing that I collect.
Yeah, specifically for me, this is one where I could do one-offs
Mm-hmm.
of really easy, and I'd just like a Grand Admiral Thrawn from that.
Yeah.
That would be
They
a
did
really
have
cool.
one.
They did, and they made a special edition for SDCC, which is now in $100 and something
screw that.
range.
Of course.
Because people were
Stupid.
for around the $50 range.
Some asshole's going to buy it.
I put Titans Return Overlord. Overlord's one of my favorite characters from the IDW comics.
Oh, okay, I know who you're talking about now.
They came out with a new figure of him in the leader class, so
Yeah.
pretty cool figure. And all mine are going to be action figures. So, I mean,
Of
if you
course,
follow
that's your wheelhouse.
That's me. $100 to $200 range. I went with the Titans Return Triptychon, which is another one of those city-sized Transformers,
Yeah.
or the Lego Saturn V rocket.
What?
I don't even know about this one.
That sounds pretty fucking
It's exactly what it says. It's a Lego Saturn V. It's
Yeah.
it's huge. The command module comes off the top and shit, and it's pretty damn amazing.
That's pretty cool.
For $200 plus, I put like a Sideshow gift card.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I had it already on there, or like a Hot Toys Chewbacca from A New Hope.
Yeah.
Very cool. So, for my small gift, if you've just got someone that you're like sort of friends with, and you think you need to get a little something, I think every year we mention this: Pops.
Yeah.
Pops, because anything from Golden Girls,
everyone needs a dad.
the Friends franchise, all the way to Ash vs. Evil Dead or Aliens or Predators,
Yeah.
you can find a pop about what this
It's
person's
almost
into.
personalized to this point.
Yeah, and especially if there's even if there's someone that doesn't collect pops, you can still find one that they would take that one and put it on their desk or something. I've got friends that
I
have
own
one or two.
2 pops.
Yeah,
I own about
yeah,
2 or 3.
yeah, and I own probably about 20 or 30 of them. Not a ton like some people, but enough. But that's something that you can put a little bit of thought into. Get something that they care about, and it's a thoughtful gift.
Yeah.
And usually, unless you're having to find something that's like a special edition, that only came out with a special edition, they're $15, $20 at the most. So yeah, that for a cheap option, I think is really good. For a medium range, I'm into board games. My favorite board game lately, Scythe. Still, you can get it off Amazon for $60. The art is beautiful. The gameplay is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Wait, Scythe is just $60?
It's $60 on Amazon.
Base.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
That's
the base
still
game.
amazing.
Yeah. I think when I purchased it, it was still the same price, $60, $70.
That's really affordable for the
amount.
I
that
mean,
you
yeah, a
get
lot of the
and
pieces are just
gameplay.
wood, but I mean, it's amazing.
It sounds like a lot of money when you're used to paying $10 or $20 for a Monopoly or something like that.
But you
but
get
the amount of
quality with
game that
this.
you get out of it and the minis
Buy
are
an
really
Axis and
cool.
Allies, it'll be real cheap.
Yeah. So I felt like that was a good thing. If any of your friends are into board games or sort of into board games, $60. That's a pretty good. That's a quality game that you can get.
Yeah, it's solid.
Get for them. When you jump into the $200 range, $100 range, something like that, this is a very wide span thing.
Mm-hmm.
Listen to your friends. Listen to the people that are around. If they're into comic books like I'm into, they'll tell you what they're missing, what they need, what they want. Last year, Chuck knew I needed a New Mutants 98. Guess what I got? New Mutants 98. Somehow, somewhere along the way, Allison's told me for the last month I'm not allowed to buy comics because she got a hold of my list. Because if your friend collects comics, guess what? They have a list of what they own and what they're looking for.
Mm-hmm.
I have both of those, and now she has my one of what I'm looking for. So I wasn't allowed to buy comics this year, for a while. So you can spend anywhere from $10 there to thousands, honestly.
Yeah.
But first appearances, graded comics. Some people are really into those. Some people aren't. Graphic novels. There's just
original artwork.
Original artwork is a hole that I want to fall down, but do not want to fall down into because woo. But yeah, any of that kind of stuff, and every year we talk about this. But for about $70 a year, if someone wants to read a lot of comics, they've got a tablet. Marvel Unlimited.
Yeah.
$70 a year. It's $9 a month if you just want to buy them a couple of months, but it's $70 for the whole year. Buy them that subscription, and they'll have comics the entire year. I use mine almost every time I go to lunch and read, 4, 5, 6 comics at lunch if I can. And other than Netflix, I think that is the thing that I use the most in my life.
Yeah.
So for a comic lover, a game lover, also other little things that sound stupid but can add up and people love, backs and boards for your comics. Just like Nathan was talking about strings and stuff like that. It sounds stupid, but a person that loves comic books, it's
appreciated.
Yeah, I'm asking for My Lights, and I think they're called halfbacks. They're special comic boards and things and covers. They're a little bit thicker, and they make the comics look a lot better. Little like Tupperware things. I have a ton of those for my games to put things in. And Plano makes some really good ones of those. And again,
I love those things. Those little little boxes with little hexagons on them.
Yes,
they're really cool.
And you can use them for so many things. But again, $5 to $50. Like you have a big gamut of like price range that you can go through to get that kind of stuff. So those are some of our ideas for Nerd Gift Guides. If you got any other ideas that you want to throw out there to help out your friends that are trying to buy nerd gifts, send them our way. We'll post them. Yeah, start your own podcast. But next week is going to be our annual Secret Santa episode.
I am excited.
Secret Santa.
Yeah, I'm excited. I think my gift's pretty good. I'm hoping the person that gets it is excited. So
me too.
Hope you didn't get me again.
No, we made a rule. We made a rule because I think I've gotten you every year, haven't I?
No.
First year I gave you a Ninja Star cookies and some other stuff.
RoboCop comics.
RoboCop comics
for a year,
and maybe a RoboCop pop.
No,
not a pop.
Actually, no, you did give me a RoboCop. I have 3 pops. Because I have RoboCop, Doom Marine, and then Cyber Demon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Somebody, you got me a Cyber Demon also.
I got you that Tobin's Guide.
Tobin's Spirit Guide.
That was last year, though. It didn't come till August.
I think you've got me 2 out of 3 years.
Maybe.
I've gotten Nate, I think, all the 3 years that we've done it so far. I've gotten
So you got someone different this year.
Yes.
Because I remember getting TJ at one point and getting him like a little
Dueling
Gandalf.
You got the Gandalf one. Yeah.
So next week, that'll be what we'll be doing. It is one of our most exciting episodes for us and the most boring for you. So
I just
we'll try to do some pictures.
Doesn't have the
Maybe
gift.
I can talk TJ into bringing over his
360
photo
camera.
thing.
Yeah, I can bring
And we can do some photos maybe and add those to the podcast. So, all right, guys. Thanks for listening this week. We appreciate you.
All right.
Yeah, have a good night.
Peace out.
Later.
Bye.
Have a good night.
Nerds Who Get Laid Sometimes is recorded at the illustrious Big Brown Recordtown Studios in beautiful downtown Lake City. Episodes are published each Monday on iTunes, Stitcher, Podbean, and Google Play. You can like us on Facebook at facebook.com/nerdswhogetlaid. We're at Nerds Who Get Laid on Twitter and Instagram. We're part of the Geeks World Wide podcast network. You can find reviews and articles we write at thegww.com. We're also part of the Modest Pod podcast network. We're on FloridaGeekscene.com and also WeBeGeeksPC.com. Please subscribe, rate, and review us on iTunes, Stitcher Radio, and Podbean. You can also check out the show notes for links about things we talked about in this episode. Thanks so much.
This has been a production of the GWW Radio Network. Please don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review us on iTunes, Stitcher, and SoundCloud. Also, check out Geeks Worldwide at thegww.com for all the latest news, reviews, and opinions on video games, comics, movies, TV, cosplay, and more. Geeks Assemble!